Yes, my people, what's going on? I'm back again. Got another video for you guys. Um, Welcome to the channel. I'm really glad that people have been tuning in so far. Appreciate everyone that's liked, shared, and subscribed. Yeah, when you see this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So, yeah, on that note, today we've got a match preview: Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. It's the UEFA Champions League second leg in the semi-final, and tomorrow, our fate will be decided. Do we have a chance of winning the UCL? Do we have a chance of doing the double? Let's not go too far. We'll wait. We'll wait and see. I'm going to be at the game. I'm actually quite excited for it, to be fair. Fans will be up for it. The players should be up for it. I'm even hearing that we're going to have a nice big TIFO. So they've not done too bad with that this season. After the PSG one last year, oh my gosh, what a shambles that was. Literally looked like a curtain roll. And I think they learned from that, to say the least, because this season, the TIFOs that I've seen, that I've witnessed at the stadium, they've been top. So yeah, man, hopefully they pull out all the stops, because this could be the first time we've reached a final in 20 years. Only the second time we would have done it. So yeah, I look forward to it, man. Should be a good game. Should be a good game. So yeah, man, we got the match preview today. So it's going to be a fairly short video. So let's get into it, man. I will be going over Arteta's comments in the press conference. So I'll share my screen with you guys in due course, and we'll just quickly read through that. I did watch it though, because sometimes I feel like when you watch the press conference and then when you read it, you kind of get it's misleading. They skip a lot of it out, and yeah, it's not exactly accurate. So I did watch it, but we'll go through the comments anyway and see if there's anything there to highlight. But first of all, I want to say, obviously, we had a massive win against Fulham, massive performance against Fulham. Yeah, beating them 3-0 at home. We're back at home again tomorrow night, which means we haven't had to do any travelling, which is another huge bonus. Key players got rested. Saka came off at half time in that game. Um, Obviously, the likes of Odegaard and Havertz, who we are going to speak about, but yeah, they weren't involved in that game. So hopefully, and it seems like they will be ready and available, because we're going to need them. Miles Lewis Skelly, bad boy player. I'm very happy that he got his opportunity in midfield and he took it like I expected, and I'm pretty sure everyone expected when they saw that he was in the starting lineup. So hopefully he has some involvement. We'll do a predicted lineup at the end, and I'll give you guys my score prediction as well. But we'll see how it goes, man. I'm hoping that he can get some sort of, if he don't start, at least get some minutes in midfield against Atletico tomorrow, because he deserves it. His performance deserves it, and I think the team needs it. So on that note, we'll quickly just highlight the fact that obviously the first leg ended with a 1-1 draw. We probably should have got the penalty. Still feel like we were robbed. I am over it now, but at the time, yeah, it felt like a bit of a robbery, because, in my opinion, Eze did get fouled in the box. It was silly from Hanko. He did something stupid earlier on for the Gyökeres penalty, and clearly didn't learn his lesson. But yeah, the ref bottled it, in my opinion. The fans were raucous. They did definitely influence that decision, as well as their manager, Diego Simeone. But that's what you come to expect in a stadium like that. And the ref should have handled it better for me, but he didn't, and it is what it is. Just give me 1 second. Let me just move this out of the way. But yeah, man. So still a positive result at the end of it. 1-1 draw away from home at a tough stadium, and I've got all confidence that we can go and get it over the line at home tomorrow. As we've seen previously, we did beat them 4-0 at home in the group stages. Albeit, yeah, it was the group stages, but Atletico are still Atletico. Their players are still the same players. Um, so yeah, man, let's just see what we got in store for them, and hopefully we get over the line. That's what I'm gonna say. Let me just change my layout, because I don't want to be full view, so I'm gonna just add this in, and yeah, hopefully you look like it, man, because I think it looks pretty sick. But yeah, so some early bits of news that we're going to quickly go into. Let's have a look at Arteta's press conference. Hopefully you guys can see this. So we've got an update on Havertz and Odegaard. Obviously they were both unavailable on the weekend, and Havertz missed the first leg in Madrid, which I was kind of hoping at the time he would be available for. But all credit to Gyökeres for stepping up and pulling out a big performance in both games. So yeah, who starts tomorrow we'll get into, but let's have a look and quickly read through. So yeah, I'll tell you straight away, he said yes, they are available. So they're in the squad, both of them. We need options. We need the capacity to play different games tomorrow, whether it's from the start or after. So it's really, really good news for us to have them both back. So that's a huge boost already. I'm kind of hoping that we get some sort of news on Timber, man, because I don't think he's going to make this game, but it would be nice to know that he's on the way, because we do need him. No disrespect to anyone that plays in his position, but when you've got quality players like that, you need them in your team. So yeah, Kyle Martin returned to the squad just a few days after Saka. He started the Premier League game for the first time since March 14th, when he scored and assisted against Fulham. That's what we need when we arrive at this stage of the competition. So he's talking about Bukayo Saka. We need him available. We need him firing, and that's exactly what he did against Fulham on the weekend. The players not only have to be available, but to be in top condition and make the difference. Bukayo will certainly give us that. I don't disagree at all. Talking about Calafiori and Hincapié, they're saying it's a bit of a luxury that we haven't had too often this season to have both of them available. And he says they're very different. We rarely had both of them available at the same time for long periods, so we're more restricted in terms of the opponent and the connection that we're going to generate throughout the game or with the teammates to choose from there. Now they are both available, and that's a great option because they are so different, which I do agree with. Arsenal kept it pretty short and sweet on here. There was definitely more that he said, but to be fair, a lot of it was just fillers. There's nothing too much about the game, but yeah. So having both of them available is massive because we've said before that Hincapié is definitely a more defensive left back, and Calafiori is definitely a more attacking left back. So having both will be very, very handy for us, and we'll get into who I think should be starting. So yeah, injuries have forced the boss into several changes this season, with players being challenged with playing different positions. Miles Lewis-Skelly came into the midfield for Saturday's win over Fulham and produced a fantastic performance. Yeah, he definitely did. On a potential selection headache, the boss said, "I know Miles, but the same with Miles, the same with Ricky, all the players. Mosca, he's talking about Mosquera when he's been involved, a lot of players. So that's a good thing. We always talked about in this moment, we need players with a great emotional state because I think that determines the rest, and we are feeling very good for tomorrow." So that's very refreshing to hear, man. Everyone seems like they're up for it. I'm pretty sure they'll take a lot of momentum and a lot of belief from that Fulham game and the performance, especially because it's a performance that we've seen not too many times this season. They've all been far few and far between. And to highlight them, I'd probably say the performances that we've had this season that were of a level of the Fulham game is probably the Atletico game in the group stage. Somewhat the Atletico game last week. It was better, but I feel like the bar was so low at that point that we was just appreciating just that little bit more than what we've seen in recent weeks. But I'd also say the Bayern game, that was another top performance. I was actually at that game, and that was a very good game to be at. Yeah, I'd say the two home and away the home and away fixtures against Leeds, they were top performances. I'm starting to struggle a bit, man. Inter Milan was a good game. I'll take that. After that, I'm really not that sure. I'm really not that sure because if I'm honest, as a whole this season, it's been really hard to keep up with, man. But obviously you love the club, so every week you find a way. But yeah, so there's not much in this really, to be honest. That's it. They haven't listed too much in there. The press conference was definitely a bit longer than Arsenal have released on their website. But again, yeah, a lot of it was like gibberish and just filling the time that they had to talk to him, just asking random questions. So yeah, so that's that. So let me just get rid of this. Just bear me a second. All right. So yeah, what do I think? What do I think for this game? I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a good game. Both teams going to be up for it. Atletico, if you don't know, they rested 11 of their players, so they're probably going to be very fresh for this game. But that works for me. That works in a positive and a negative way. I like to think that the players playing a few days before gives them that extra momentum and keeps them fit and firing and ready to go for Tuesday's game. Sometimes when you rest players, you don't have that same rhythm um, because they're not playing every couple of games, every 2 3 days. We'll see how it works out for them. I'm sure they probably won't be affected, but just talking in the sense of Arsenal, I'd prefer that we just continue to play. And too much of a gap sometimes can be a bit of a detriment. So yeah, I remember like Spurs. I think Spurs had quite a long layoff, or quite a long rest between their previous game and then playing us back in February. And I kept saying to people, like to the Spurs fans, that it can be a benefit, but it can also be detrimental because you guys won't have no rhythm, and they got absolutely battered. So I mean, I expected it anyway because Arsenal Spurs is pretty much the same every year. Um, but yeah, so that's just an example of something where it can affect you having a rest. But for the Atletico players, obviously they've only just rested the last game, so it's probably like a week at most. So it's not even that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be up for it either way. At the end of the day, this is your last chance to get to a final in the Champions League, and Simeone will know what to do. He'll be ready, and I'm sure he's motivated everyone to be prepared for the game tomorrow. Um, for us though, I think having Odegaard and Havertz available is a huge boost. They don't necessarily have to start, but to have them as options off the bench is going to be massive for us and hugely beneficial because I'd look to them before looking to certain others, like the likes of Jesus. I'd bring on Havertz before I'd bring on Jesus, to be honest, because I just think he offers that bit more. And in my opinion, I think Jesus' time at this level might be done. So yeah, that's huge. That's huge. The other thing that's massive is we've got Bukayo Saka, who seems to be fit and firing. Arteta said last week in his last press conference before today that Saka's no longer feeling any pain. So hopefully that's a good thing for us, and he's ready to go tomorrow because he's definitely gonna start. The other thing is Miles Lewis Skelly, man. Skelly getting his chance in midfield, he's the type of player that relishes an opportunity. When he was given his opportunity to break into this team last season, he took it with both hands and he just ran the show. He was like top the whole way from he got his first chance all the way to the end. And yeah, granted, this season it's not gone the same. I do think he's had his struggles, and I also do think that Arteta has mismanaged him a bit as well. Probably could have given him more opportunities. Probably should have played him in midfield, even if it was just for 5 10 minutes in other games earlier on in the season, just to see what he's capable of. And I thought it was quite risky for him to start him there out of nowhere against against a team like Fulham, who we actually needed to beat. But all credit to him, he took the risk and it paid off. And big up Miles because yeah, I mean I expected nonetheless from him, to be fair. So having him available in midfield is going to be another huge bonus. Even if Zubimendi does start tomorrow, we can bring him on, and we know that he's going to be able to do a job. So yeah, man, I look forward to it. But I'm just going to run you through a quick predicted lineup. I'm going to give you my predicted lineup, as opposed to what I think Arteta will do, just to see the difference when we actually get the lineups tomorrow. And then we'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below and let me know if you would change anything once I tell you guys. But yeah, man, we'll see. So for me, I'm going David Raya in goal. Simple, normal procedure. Right back, I'm actually going Mosquera. I don't think Ben White had too much of a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game, if I'm being honest, against Fulham. But I think Fulham have less of a threat. Ademola Lookman he gave him a hard time last week, and I don't think I want to see that again, if I'm being honest. So I think Mosquera is more defensively sound. He's quicker, and I think he will be prepared and ready to play this game. He's definitely played Atletico Madrid before in his time in Spain, so I'm pretty sure he's aware of what they're capable of. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's able to lock up Ademola Lookman. So yeah, Mosquera right back, the usual pairing centre back, Saliba and Gabriel, standard procedure. Left back's been a bit tricky because, as we spoke about earlier, Hincapié and Calafiori, they offer two different aspects. Like Hincapié is more defensive, Calafiori is more attacking. I think I'm going to go with Calafiori just because of the fact that we've got Mosquera. In my opinion, we'll have Mosquera on the right. So I would like to have one that's more defensive on one side and one that's more attacking on the other side. So I'm going Calafiori, but yeah, that's nothing to kind of disrespect Hincapié because he's a baller as well, and easily he could start. And if he does, yeah, I won't be too bothered by it. In midfield, I'm going Declan Rice at the 6 because he's played there the last 2 games, hasn't put a foot wrong, and he just looks ever so comfortable, and we look ever so comfortable and in more control in these games as well. So Dec at the 6. In the left 8, I'm going Miles Lewis-Skelly, man. I feel like he's just that guy. He gets his opportunity and he takes it. And then when he takes it, you give him another opportunity and he proves you right again. So, yeah, man, Arteta's once said before, I remember Mikel Merino, he scored a couple goals on international duty for Spain. And then Arteta said, like, when a player like that is in such form, you can't ignore them. And he started him on the weekend. So I hope he sticks to his word and does the same with Miles and plays him tomorrow, man. Again, if Zubimendi does start, I've got all the confidence that he'll get the job done as well and he'll perform well as well. So let's just see. But Miles is the one for me. Yeah, so hopefully Miles is in. Right 8 or 10, if you want to call it that. I'm going Eze because Odegaard's just back. I don't think he'll be necessarily ready to start. But we'll see. But yeah, Eze for me. And yeah, hopefully he'll just continue as he has been. I'm pretty sure he will. Right wing, we've spoken about. It's going to be Bukayo Saka. It has to be. The performance that he put in those 45 minutes against Fulham was top, and I think he'll do the same again, just across a longer span of time this time. So yeah, Saka right wing. Sorry, 1 second because the dog's going mad. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. Right. Yeah. So Saka right wing. Left wing. I'm going with Gabriel Martinelli. He didn't play on the weekend, so he'll be fresh and ready to go. And he's the only one on that side that kind of offers us a bit of pace. So I'd say definitely Martinelli should start. He hasn't actually had a good season. He's had some good some good performances in the Champions League, albeit, and he scored quite a few goals in the Champions League. So yeah, maybe this is just where he shines this season. So I'd give him that opportunity and see what he's made of. We still got a player in there somewhere. I am starting to lose a little bit of faith because I expected him to kick on, especially after that season where he scored, 15, 16 goals in the Prem. I felt like, yeah, he was capable of going further. He's tailed off since and just needs to find it again, man. But yeah, I'm going Martinelli. And then up front is Glock, Scott Pomayak, Victor Gyökeres. That's it, man. He deserves his chance. He's been performing in the last few games, scoring as well, assisting as well. So yeah, big up Victor Gyökeres, and he starts as the 9 for me. Yeah, let me know what you lot think. If you agree with my lineup, or if you think that it's going to be any different, what you would do. Stay tuned, man. I'll be doing another episode of the Two Cannon podcast with my brother XB the Gunner straight after the game. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, we're locked and loaded, man. We're just going to be here every week, and just hopefully delivering you guys an interesting podcast and some interesting conversations, man. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all the rest of it. I'm out.